What is up, you wonderful folks? I'm Alex with Swamp Rat Fishing. I've got the Jabber Hammer, Paul Roberts, with me. And we are Bass and Brews, your weekly distraction from quality fishing podcast.
Hey,
Paul, brother.
I'm going to interrupt you before you ask me how I am, because if I don't say this now, I'm going to forget. Because like the last 8 months when you were gone and left me to do this shit by myself, I've been meaning to message you about it, and I've been forgetting. Our intro, why the hell can't our damn whole logo be visible? Why the hell is we famous now. We got to get that shit fixed.
Listen, I'm working on it. We're going to figure out something. You talking about the background where we're at right now where it just says N Brews?
No, because that gets fixed when we bring in our third person.
Right. Good night.
Oh, what's up, girl? What are you doing?
I see the bike.
Yes, it's over there. We got a new bike. She's getting to, but no. I'm talking about the intro, the background, our logo. As it's fading out, you can't see the top and the bottom.
Well, that's because I'm a lazy video editor, but I will work on that. We will try to rework that. We've got a lot of big things happening with the show, and that's one of them. It is on my list.
Look, we have made like $12 on this since it started. You can pay yourself. I will give you that almost $13. I will give you that almost $13 to fix it, because it's very unprofessional, and we are professional at this podcasting thing now. I mean, I'm still in my garage with a refrigerator behind me, and you've got terrible lighting, but we're here doing this as professional as we can.
Listen, today's an upgrade. I'm actually not in the Motel 6 of Oakland. Today I'm at a buddy's house. She let me borrow in Berkeley while I go through this TAPS class for getting out of the military. But it's kind of nice to actually live in a house, not a boat. I had to go grocery shopping. That was pretty fucking amazing. Haven't done that in a while. So, but tonight we've got RigginUp Outdoors, Anthony, coming on. It's gonna be a really good guest. I'm really excited to have him on board. We had him on the bonus episode. He was fantastic. And then also, if you go to his page, there's a 3-hour live stream that myself and Scuba Steve did with him last Saturday. So you can't get enough of him here on Bass and Brews. Head over to his Instagram. Definitely tuck those kids away. Wild Bill, you shouldn't listen to that one either, because I shit all over him. So, but speaking of Wild Bill, as always, myself and Paul are both proud members of the Hookset Hoodlums. You can find them at hooksethoodlums.com. Springline any day. I know I've said it since I've been back. Springline's coming any day, any day. Listen, I don't know what's going on, but the Springline should be any day. So, look for that. Also, all right, so guys, head over to TikTok. We got the Bass and Brews. We got the Bass and Brews. We are over there. I'm actually doing a whole series right now, a 7-part series where I break down the time I shit my pants in the kayak. So if you want great detail on that, head over to Bass and Brews.
Hey, also, hold up, time out. I want all of our listeners right here to realize that all these announcements that y'all are hearing, I'm hearing for the first time today. I might have heard some of these earlier, or this is the first time I'm hearing them as y'all are hearing them. So all this shit that he's announcing, let me say this: all the stuff that he's announcing now, when his ass goes back on leave again, and it's just me, a lot of this shit ain't happening. I'm gonna get on here, hit record, drink, have a good time, and post. So y'all get comfortable on what you get, because I ain't sure what the hell he's talking about I'm going to be able to make happen in the future. And I'm excited to hear what Bass and Brews is doing. It's like I don't even exist.
As you just said that, I'm going to announce it right now. Summer's coming up. I'm going to be gone again in August, right? I say we open up a Bass and Brews Brewski internship. We will pay you $0 to handle all the social media stuff, so Paul doesn't have to. So whoever really wants that job, contact us on Instagram. Also, as we're doing plugs here, YouTube. I did start you guys are watching this on the Swamp Rat channel. That's where a lot of you just got a big followership, right? Big sub count. But I'm slowly building up. The past 2 episodes have been on the Bass and Brews YouTube, Bass and Brews Fishing Podcast. So definitely check that out. I am going to be gearing up some content specifically for that. So make sure you follow that as well. We're adding even more things to add. This is a first. I know I just told you, Paul, before we started this. If you head over to patreon.com/Bass and Brews, we opened up a Patreon site. So as you guys know, Jigs and Bigs, definitely a friend of this show. They do it way more professional than we do. And they got this idea. Not an idea. I just stole their idea, right? So go over Patreon. If you become a Patreon member, what we're going to do is we're going to let you into every single interview as a live member who can drop comments. And you'll also get to hear the interview happening live on Tuesdays is normally when we record. So you can head over there, patreon.com/Bass and Brews. There's a link in the Instagram, all that other good stuff. And you just realize all that money is going to go to Paul's addiction to Surge White Claws. So.
And this is an announcement that Alex has not heard yet, and I'm making it breaking news right here and right now. Every episode where we have our live Patreon members in here, somebody is going to get drawn for a prize.
All right. I love it, Paul. I love it.
Yep. And now, y'all, you have to pay shipping and handling, but we'll send you the prize.
All right. I love it. We'll make that happen. And then one more announcement. I know we're 7 minutes in, and it's all announcements, but hot off the presses, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're not going to be able to see it, but this is now available, this certified Brewski logo for all you fans out there. It's now available on our merch site. It's going to be available in a black t-shirt and in a coffee cup. So
I just realized something. We need to have podcast under Bass and Brews.
Yeah, it's too late. It's already out. Next run. It's already live. It was live about an hour ago. So
okay, we'll change it. And the people that ordered it early, they will have a limited edition run that might be worth some money in back when Beanie Babies come famous again. So might the Bass and Brews without the podcast attire.
There's our normal logo. So the one that I just showed everybody is going to be on the back, real big, but there is a normal logo on the front that says Bass and Brews Fishing Podcast.
Hey, do I have to pay for my own fucking merchandise again? Or
do I have to pay for mine?
I don't know. I did. I don't get it for free. Well, this is dumb. That's dumb. That is dumb. Do you know how much I had to pay for my You Never Forget Your First Crush shirt? Nothing.
Well, then we need to talk to your boys. But for right now,
I am my boys. This is my business.
We're going to bring Anthony on RigginUp Outdoors before we crack into beers because I know he's got one with us. Anthony, you there, brother?
What's up, fellas?
Oh, man, he survived the 8 minutes, 59 seconds of announcements. Thanks for holding out there.
Exactly 1 minute on the dot before he said his first cuss word.
Listen, he's a professional.
This is not the first time I've done this. It used to be 2 minutes. This is what, our
56? It was 2 minutes, yeah.
I thought we were way past 50, 56. But anyway, it don't matter. I count in twos. So when you get on those odd numbers, I get a little behind. Anyway, it used to be 2 minutes. And now it's 1 minute. But I got so many questions while Alex were gone. People are like, why? I'm like, I don't know. It's what Alex told me to do. That while Bill wants to attack me, why I don't have Hookset Hoodlum logo up there anymore. I'm like, there. Alex put that shit off. I don't know how to put it back on. I figured it out and I got it back on there. Y'all be asking too much shit of me. I'm just a pretty
Listen, face. If you guys want to hear about it, go back to that Alex Rudd. He explains it way better than I could. Alex Rudd explains exactly why we got to cut the swearing off within a minute. But before we get too deep,
good luck finding it in the 2 hours and 47 minutes of that absolutely that was wonderful podcast.
That was listen, fans of the show have probably heard us bicker bicker about podcast length, right? And after the Alex Rudd one, I'm all about that long form now. I think Paul's on to it. And Paul's, I mean, again, you did such a great job. You definitely did long form when I was gone, and I think it worked well. So, now me and Mike Goes Fishing, we're talking about how he was re-listening to like the first episodes, and he was obviously very bored at work, and he literally listened to all of our episodes, right? But he was talking about how the show's changed so much. Like I was very much a strict 1 hour set of questions. Thank God I brought Paul in to bring chaos into it, and not chaos. You just do a good job of letting the conversation flow. So.
No, you right. That shit's chaos. I am a chaotic individual. I just, I have no structure. I have no structure.
I like it.
I told you pretty quickly into that Alex Rudd one too. I was like, this one. I said, Alex, this is going to be a 2+ hour episode.
You called it. You called it.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get started, like we like to do on Bass and Brews, let's crack some drinks. Paul, what are you drinking tonight?
I've got real beer tonight, y'all. I stole it from.
Ooh.
I stole it from my neighbor too. I went over there and took it out of the refrigerator. We like family.
Anthony, what do you got?
I got it's Blue Moon though.
Brown.
I'm sorry.
American
Ellie's Brown.
Ale.
All right.
It's got 5.5 alcohols in it.
5.5 alcohols. Paul, how many alcohols you
the
got?
last day I can drink for 3 months.
I got 5.4 in this one, but I got a backup Bud Light Platinum Seltzer Wild Bear. It's got 8 alcohols in it. I think I got allergic to White Claw Surge, y'all, and I ain't lying, because every time I drink it, I be breaking out in hives and shit. So I think I got to switch up. I think I have become allergicized to the Surge.
Well, in commemoration for the me and Anthony doing that marathon, that 3-hour live stream, this one's going to be sponsored by Trader Joe's, the Bosun Hazy Pale Ale. Listen, dude, you guys got a Trader Joe's that sell booze? There's 6.5 alcohols. It's $4, and it's a damn good IPA.
Bo, White Claw Surges down here where I am in North Carolina, $1.89 for 8 alcohols in a 16-ounce can.
And what's crazy, I heard in North Carolina, if you buy 3 of them, you get Plan B right away with it. It's like a buy 3, get Plan B free.
I don't know. I don't know. I buy 5 at a time.
All right, boys, you ready to crack them?
Oh, shit, I got to get – damn. I ain't got nothing to open it with.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Let's go. I'll use my son's scooter.
No fucking way. 3.
Y'all ready?
Hold on. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me find it. Where is it? Here it is. That'll work.
I love it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, it broke the scooter. Y'all broke my son's scooter. Y'all broke the scooter. Y'all broke it. Oh. All right.
Oh, shit.
Y'all broke my son's scooter. I'm telling my wife.
We did not break it. You broke. Oh, you know what? I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit for it.
Use your ring.
Huh?
Use your wedding ring.
I don't like to. My fingers done got fat. I done gained so much weight. The shit hurts now.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure that bitch twist off anyway.
All right, everybody. We got Anthony RigginUp Outdoors. If you don't know him. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
We forgot a PSA. And for people that didn't grow up in the 80s, in the 90s, a PSA is when a famous person does a public service announcement. PSA. Our good friend, huh?
Said the more you know.
Yeah, it used to be about not doing drugs like tobacco and stuff like that, but in premarital sex. But anyway, Drunkwood, our friend, past guest Drunkwood, that was probably one of the most debaucherous episodes that we've ever recorded. Man, it was a great time. But anyway, his Instagram got hacked, and they didn't just like hack it and do like willy-nilly. This person who has hacked it is sending messages about, I need your help. And they messaged Bass and Brews. And I said no because I knew. And then Alex came on and said, wait, hold on. Yeah, I was like, no. And I so I had about a good 30-minute conversation with this guy. and I'm pretty sure he thinks, I'm not sure what he thinks of me, but anyway, the PSA is this. Drunkwood's Instagram has been hacked. I don't think you can report him without getting, anyway, he's working on it, but y'all don't be, if you're going to message with the guy that has hacked it, the person that has hacked it, fuck with him.
Yeah.
But don't give them no money. Don't, just fuck with them, okay? It's Drunkwood Inc. Inky Inc. One of them two, I don't know.
Inky. It's Drunkwood Inky, yeah.
His name's John King, like the old guy from CNN. And yeah, that's it. I think that was Larry King, but it doesn't matter. John, Larry, I don't know. But go check his shit out because he really does make some good stuff. But anyway, PSA, his shit got hacked. Drunkwood, we're going to get you right, though. I'm going to call up whoever owns Instagram, make sure they make it right.
There it is. Bass and Brews talking Instagram. So, Anthony, brother, we're so happy to have you on the show.
Happy to be here.
All right. So people who don't know who you are, just kind of give us the laydown.
So, Anthony, RigginUp Outdoors, military firefighter, kayak angler, tournament angler, basic outdoorsman, like to hunt, fish, go hiking, have my own taxidermy business, as well as being in the military and being a firefighter.
That's awesome,
where
man.
you at? Where you at? Where you at?
I'm in Texas, land of the Giants.
Damn, Texas is big.
Giants.
Like we're in Texas. It's a big state. I've driven through it.
I'm originally from Texas. I grew up in Central Texas, a little town called Copperell.
Okay.
Currently stationed in West Texas in San Angelo Goodfellow Air Force Base.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. So you had nothing to look at.
No, but I live less than an hour to OHIV. So
okay, nice. Yeah, that works.
The land of the Giants.
Yeah, it is.
So how did you get started with fishing? Did you always fish, or did it come later in life?
Fish with my dad and parents. When I grew up, we always go out. Spring break, we'd always live at the lake for a week. Always done that, but I never really got serious until I got back to Texas. Stationed in Guam for 4 years. Before that, I was stationed in New Mexico with no water anywhere in sight for 3 hours. So for 9 years, I didn't really live in fishable fresh water. Obviously, Guam, salt water. But so I got back to Texas, got back into fishing, then got into tournament fishing, and pretty much back to normal life as far as hunting goes.
What pushed you to getting into a kayak? Like, we talked to a lot of folks, and we've had folks in all kinds of craft on this boat or on this show. So I'm just wondering, like, what made like push you to do the kayak route instead of the big boat or John boat?
Well, and as you know, military don't pay that much, so I'm poor shit.
True. Yep. True.
Big boat, kind of expensive, but other than that, you can get to more accessible water in a kayak than you can in a boat. So I can fish stuff where all the bigs are laying that you can't get to in a big boat. So that's honestly appealing. And then just the competitive side of it. Like, sometimes I wished I fished more big boat tournaments just because in a kayak, you're stuck where you're at. Like, you got to make a decision where you're going to go that day. And if you're going to move, you're wasting 2 hours of the day to do it and hope it pays off. In a big boat, it's a 5-minute ride to the next spot that you wouldn't have been able to make in the kayak. So it's a different beast as far as tournament fishing goes.
I have never heard anybody say this, but I got to thinking about it. And one of the reasons I got a kayak, everybody gets a boat and they might have to compromise a family boat. You know what? I got a damn kayak, so I ain't have to take none of my damn people fishing with me. I can go by myself.
So before I got the kayak that's sitting back there, I had a Pelican bass raider, a little 10-foot pontoon.
Oh, yeah.
Type thing. I take the kids out on that all the time. They pretty much just float something behind the boat while we're moving out of the water, and they catch something every so often. They loved it. There's pictures on my Instagram of them holding the shit they caught. But so that was fun. I sold it. I wish I would have kept it, but I'm keeping that one because
just go buy another one.
The new ones. Well, I got another kayak coming.
What kind of kayak?
Mid-June. The upgrade better. bigger, better brother to that Frontier back there, the New Canoe Unlimited. I keep that one for the wife and kids, and have my new tournament rig going.
Make sure you put a hole in there, not too big that it sinks, but small enough that they can only paddle like 100 yards before they got to go let the water out, so you can go off on your own.
I think it's funny you mentioned. So we definitely, I feel like in the kayak community, there's a lot of either prior or current military members, and I don't know what it is, and maybe it has to do with that we have to move. Yeah. But like it's much easier to like PCS ship a kayak than it is a whole fucking boat, right? But maybe, and I was thinking about this the other day, like I was going through like list of either prior guests or ones that we want to have on, and I'm like, it's a whole lot of military in kayaks, and I think some of it is almost like the difficulty of it. Like you mentioned the downside of it, right? But in some ways, like that downside is what drives it. We want it to be a little more difficult. Yeah. So when did you so you were doing the kayak fishing, it was when you got back to Texas. When did you start doing the social media presence?
Pretty much started at the same time. I have another friend, he's also hooks at Hoodlum. He's not in the team chat, but he was already at that point.
He ain't going to hell.
Huh?
I said, bless his soul, he ain't going to hell.
Oh, he'd fit right in too. So he was doing it, got me into it, and that's kind of how it started. First Instagram page was all screwed up. Instagram would not help and or fix it, so I had to start the new one, and so that's where I'm at now. Yeah. But I mean, it's been a journey. I mean, learning it still, using, as y'all already know, using the platform for something different than originally planned for, and we're gonna get into it tonight. But
yeah. I mean, let's do it. I think the big thing. I mean, you mentioned there's gonna be no drinking. You mentioned there's gonna be no drinking after this, right?
Information out to me today.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're good with it, I think not only are you a good guy and we wanted you on the show, but especially after that conversation we had Saturday, like you've got a really awesome message that I think we need to get out there. So is there any way you can describe what's been going on the last couple of weeks?
All right. Well, last 2 months.
Two months.
So for all 15 people listening to this, fucking with y'all.
It's probably right. Most people have it on mute just to make us feel good about our listeners. Yeah. Only about 10 actually listen to what we're saying.
I mean, some people offer people free shirts for liking y'all's stuff, and then they never but whatever.
That's a Paul thing.
For all the
No. Somebody else said that shit and put it on me. I don't know where that come from. I didn't say nothing about no. Bitch, them shirts ain't free. I don't have a box of it in my garage.
You're already putting Alex on the spot with giving out free stuff to everybody else.
No shit, right?
No, I've got all the prizes. It's all the bullshit that I don't want that I'm going to see. Y'all got to pay shipping and handling, but I'll send you all the shit I don't want. I mean, if y'all ain't happy with getting free shit, then don't be complaining and whining. There's a lot of people be happy with something free, plus shipping and handling.
All right. So for everybody that don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, or I just started a TikTok that's from our conversation Saturday. But I have testicular cancer and been going through that found it two-ish months ago, a little over 2 months, or no, I guess it's a little over a month, almost 2 months ago now.
I could go back and look at our conversation that we had back when.
I knew about it well before that.
Okay.
Or I had it
about 6 weeks ago.
Before then, and that's kind of what this conversation is going to go to, so people don't make mistakes I did. Hopefully.
All right. So you found out. So you're saying. So did you like have a feeling something was wrong prior to getting the checkup?
So about first week of March, in the shower and not doing anything, but I was washing down there.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I had some soap and warm water.
Doing the thing where I was going with this, doing the thing every guy should be doing, checking themselves regularly for stuff that's wrong. So obviously at that point, I found a lump. Me being a man, me being a military man, especially, me being a firefighter in the military, even more so. I'm not going to say we're doctor phobic, but unless we are actually hurt where our body can't naturally fix itself, we don't go to the doctor. So
very true.
I did for almost 3 weeks. I was like, I should probably get that checked out.
All right. So you're in the shower, you know, you feel a lump. Was there any pain at that time? So was it just did it feel like an extra ball? I mean, like
it wasn't that big.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure I found it a lot later than I originally thought when I found it. Because when I found it, my whole this is gonna be a weird episode.
Look.
Real talk.
A majority of our listeners are male. You know, the people that fish, the majority are male. But the women that are in this circle, in this arena, have men, husbands, boyfriends, brothers. Like, and let's be real, this is one of the most treatable cancers out there. So finding it and addressing it early, which is where you are, what you're trying to help us learn from a real world lesson. This shit's important. It's the same. It's the same thing with like, you know. Anyway, go ahead. Prostate cancer is other, but anyway, go ahead.
All right, so down there, felt it. My testicle actually felt smaller than normal and hard like a rock. So when I found it, there was a little lump on the side of it. And I was like, oh, that's weird. I should probably get that checked out. Week went by, didn't do it. Felt it. Oh, still there. Probably should go get that checked out. Another week went by, didn't do it. The 2 days before my second tournament of the year, I actually thought I had torsion because I got intense pain in my testicle from it. And what
the hell is torsion? Is that when you
twist nut? Yeah. Which
doesn't that take blunt force trauma though?
No. You can be born where your testicle's not actually attached to your scrotum, and you're just predisposed for getting torsion.
Gotcha.
Y'all,
so I thought I had torsion at one point, except it went away, and I'd have definitely lost the ball anyways. Because again, I did what I always do, and I didn't go get it checked out.
Took some ibuprofen and drank some liquor.
Motrin.
Motrin, some liquor. I was good to go. So that was a Thursday. Went out pre-fish Friday. I was still in discomfort, but it wasn't like it was. Same thing. Tournament Saturday. Discomfort. Nothing bad. I was having my yearly PHA that Tuesday, and that's when I brought it up. But like, come in. It's probably nothing. 90% of the time when guys find something there, it's nothing, whatever. So I go in, they fill it up. They're like, yeah, we're going to send you downtown, get an ultrasound. So I went downtown, got an ultrasound the next day. That was a Wednesday. Got the results back from the said ultrasound on that Wednesday. And I have a big medical background as far as how my job is. Read the ultrasound. Right. I was 99% sure what it was at that point. Then the military being the military and being slow as shit at everything, I got the results back on a Wednesday. I didn't get a phone call till a Monday, the next following Monday.
Sounds right. That sounds right.
They're like, yeah, we got your ultrasound back. We're gonna send you downtown to urology. So I asked the doctor, I was like, I've seen the ultrasound. Other than the obvious, what do you think it was going to be? And they gave me the runaround like they do because they're not going to tell me over the phone. So went to see the ultrasound that night. Mind you, it's been a little over 3 weeks, almost a month at this point since I originally found it. And this whole time during that time span, That's always, that thought's always in the back of my mind. Like,
have you told your wife at this point that you found anything?
That's what I'm getting to. This is probably cancer. Need to go get this checked out. This whole time, nobody on here that's watching except for a select few people know this. We were in the middle of adopting our son that we've been fostering for 2 years. So we were literally at the day in this whole time frame of actually adopting him. We cared for him for the first 2 years of his life. So we're at that. We have that stress. My wife's finishing her degree. She graduates 2 weeks from now. So we have that stress. So I just held all of that to myself for that almost month time frame, just eating me up inside. Then the day I got the ultrasound results back and they wanted to, the day they wanted to send me down to urology, and I've already read the ultrasound and pretty much knew what it was the day I had to come clean to my wife, which was one of the hardest things I ever had to do. I mean, if I had to do that part again, as far as not telling her with the situation I had, I don't think I would have changed anything. I've had several friends that said the same thing. If I would have told her a month ago, she'd just been fretting over it the whole time, and then it turned out to be nothing.
Right.
I just had all that stress for no reason.
I agree with that. But I agree with that from the standpoint of you have to understand who you are, who your wife is, your situation. Obviously, it is very hard to internalize and compartmentalize all that. Now, again, you're military, you're a firefighter, compartmentalizing, you're trained to do that. As a police officer, I was a wildland firefighter. You're trained to compartmentalize. You have to. You can't be emotional all the time. You're in too many situations, but you have to understand your situation to do that. You wouldn't change anything, but you were able to handle it. You understand the situation she was in. A lot of people would say, "Oh, you got to let that go. You got to talk about it. You got to go. You can't keep holding that in." Well, that's true for some people. And I think self-awareness is one of the biggest things that we have to understand for who we are, that self-awareness aspect of how we share that information and when we share it and when we open up. There's a lot to, that's a whole nother podcast, not just a fishing, but a whole nother thing. But yeah,
it's going to get talked about tonight.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that came up after our live on Saturday, Alex, that like y'all don't know about this yet, but that broke down a lot of walls.
Good. Well, I mean, we're going to talk about it tonight, but if you want fully uncensored.
Oh yeah. Hopefully from Saturday, we're going to backtrack a little bit. From Saturday's conversations today, I put out the prelude to this whole series I'm going to do just on this.
I love it, man.
Not that many parts of the series because
hopefully it's one and done.
But so I put out the prelude today on TikTok, Instagram, and on my personal Facebook, which I don't expect and or want anybody to follow me on Facebook, but Instagram, TikTok, sure. Probably not going to post anything on TikTok after this is all over, but definitely on Instagram. So if you want to follow this whole story, I'm going to go over some of the stuff we're going over here tonight, and then obviously stuff that happens in the future and some other stuff that happened after our conversation on Saturday, which we'll get into some of that tonight too.
Sure.
So where were we at? Something about
you just told your wife after that sounds like about a month.
About a month
of going into it, of you kind of having an idea, and so now you've told her.
So told her on, let's see, that would have been the Monday. Monday they called me, sent me to urology. At that point, I knew shit was about to get real. I'm not gonna find out for sure I have cancer, and then just bomb dropped that on her. I want her to actually be there. So I came home. I was actually fishing out on the river during lunch when I got the phone call to get the referral downtown. So I was like, oh, crap. I'm going to enjoy this next 3 hours I got because I didn't even go back to work that day. I called. I was like, hey, I ain't coming back. I got some shit going on. So enjoyed that for however long I had left. Came home. I was like, hey, she's doing homework. I had to stop her. I was like, you need to stop. We got to have a conversation. Broke down the whole crying spiel and everything. Let her know. And she's like, why'd you do this? And I explained everything. And that was the thing. So the next day we go to the urology appointment together. Doctor does exactly what I would hope she would do to anybody. Just walks into the office, pops up on the computer, just fucking rips Band-Aid right off. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Here's your testicle. As she's pointing to this little dot that's on screen that's attached to the giant tumor that was my testicle. She's like, here's your testicle or what's left of it. And this is all more than likely cancer.
Yeah.
Literally the first 8 words out of her mouth was, you probably have cancer, which
great.
I'm glad that she did. I already knew it. I knew at that point, I still left hope in my wife's mind that I didn't have cancer. Because I didn't 100% know. Obviously, nobody knew until they actually took it out and biopsied it, because they can't biopsy testicular cancer without removing said testicle.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she broke down and cried again, and we dealt with that, and it really ate me up inside for. I get over shit pretty quickly. So the first day and a half of me just again internalizing that, trying to keep, because every time she cries, I'm sure it's for most of y'all, we're men, we're wired different. Your wife or your kids are crying, you're there, you're the protector. So that flip switch in your head, you go from being sad to protective mode. And she didn't get that. And later on during the story, we'll get into some epiphanies I had, mostly after our conversation on Saturday.
I think you described it perfectly, right? Like that's, I mean, I haven't had a cancer scare, fingers crossed, you know what I mean? But I think sometimes, and I think most people, if we do have female viewers, there's got to be at least maybe like 2. Maybe there's 2. But to take it on, like, especially, I mean, it's most men, but also, especially your military folks, like I don't know. So we're there to do a job, and our job becomes, a part of us, right? But all that is sometimes protecting somebody, and that even stretches to our household. So if it's something where you can like focus down on that, then Paul said it great before, like talking about compartmentalization, that you forget about the other stuff because it's my job to take care of the family. It's my job to do this at this point, and not yourself, or maybe the right things you need to do because you're too focused on that. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
And Anthony said it perfectly just now. He says, I get over stuff quick. By the next day, and he didn't get into it, but I'm assuming by the next day he got over.
I went through the 7 stages,
right,
real quick,
like that.
Yeah.
And so the next day you're like, all right, now what do we have to do? How do we make this shit work? How do we fix it? How do I keep the family side? Like you got out of the. I don't want to call it depression, but I don't know the word right now. Yeah. You got out of that stage of depression, and you're like, all right, how the fuck do we fix this shit? And like, how do we keep everything together? So it's the military training. It's that first responder training. Like, all right, here's a problem. How do we fix it? And you got to be Johnny on the spot to do that. So, that's it sounds like that's where you are at this point. We've gotten over it. How do we roll?
And it is and it ain't the right way to do it, and we'll get into it in a minute. There's times for that, and there's times for other things, and this probably wasn't most of the way a time for that. So, yeah, I get over it quick, and it goes through phases. Every time another piece of news drop, it's like you're starting back from fucking square. Mm-hmm. So,
like a swift kick in the nut.
At the time it was nuts.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, we get that, and then so we go get blood work. and blood work comes back, and I'm actually, I'm high, but I'm not like high. I'm just, something's going on. All my cancer tumor markers are obviously elevated, but not too bad elevated, like low on the elevation chart of elevated. So that was good news. Sweet. All right, cool. Obviously, losing my testicle, whatever. They put a fake one in. It's actually pretty real. If you didn't know, you wouldn't. You wouldn't think any different. Sits a
Listen, I
cover
this on Saturday. I am out of your whole story with this. I'm very disappointed that you didn't get a bell, something very distinguishable when you walked that we could hear you jingle.
Apparently, this wasn't an option given to me, but I could have got a titanium one.
But why get a fake ball?
Level things out in there. Maybe like literally, it
ain't like a titty where you got one and not one at the beach wearing a bikini. I mean, unless you out there wearing some damn banana hammocks.
You clearly didn't watch the 3 hours of stuff.
Anthony's in the Air Force, so he definitely wears those banana hammocks quite a bit. Have y'all been seeing on the Instagram all these how the certain branches in the military do PT?
We talked about him. Yeah, we talked about his name's Nico, and
yeah. The last one I saw was the Air Force having looked like a KY wrestling match in a bathtub.
That's the Navy.
I can't remember which one it was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's go.
Hold on. The Navy's they're never gonna waste KY in a bathtub. They know where to put that.
In the Navy.
Well, I ain't in this shit. I'm
sorry, you said what? Your sister was in the Navy?
Yeah.
Good job, Alex.
Asshole. I'm definitely sitting in this.
Send it to him. Hey, for Anthony's brother, fuck Navy, go Coast Guard. We've been around longer. We need to quit biting off our boot tails.
I bet their toilets work on their boats, though.
No, they have that's an after hours. That's an after hours conversation.
All right. Let's roll. All
right. Oh fuck! I already forgot where I'm at.
You weren't offered a titanium nut.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that was actually after conversation. All right. So got blood levels back. Little hope was brought in. This is going to be a reoccurring thing. So a little hope was brought in that it ain't that bad. Lose a nut, be done. Cool. Best case scenario. So they schedule. That was a Monday. Tuesday. I went to see the urologist. They scheduled the surgery for the next Monday. Just because how the CT scan I had to get and all that was going to lay out appointment-wise. For me, I know a lot of people at that hospital. I was able to get my blood work and CT the next day because I know the radiologist there. They got me in. We do my CT. It comes back mostly clean, except my lymph node was prominent, not large, but they could see it, which you normally can't see on a CT unless you're like super looking for it. So still pretty good news. It could just be have large lymph nodes. Later on, we find out that's not the case. So that comes back on a Thursday, and she's like, hey, the urologist was like, hey, do you want to do your surgery Friday? I was like, well, I have a tournament that weekend. I was like, I kind of got some shit going on. So I went to this tournament.
Fucking savage. Love it.
No, well, I've already screwed myself twice just because of fishing tournaments already. Didn't go to the doctor thinking I had torsion because I had a tournament. Right. And then delay the surgery or didn't.
Did you at least take a donut to sit on?
Because of a tournament, huh?
Did you at least take a donut to sit on?
No, I was completely fine.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I was fine when I told her, no, I got some shit to go.
I got some family stuff Saturday.
No. I actually told her what it was. So I got plans. I got a tournament this weekend. We're going to enjoy this last couple
Right.
days of normalcy.
Yeah.
So,
important.
huh?
I said that's important. Yeah, for sure. Like,
so Friday rolls around. I go out, pre-fish for 9 hours. I get off the water, and one of the symptoms of testicular cancer, semi-later symptom, not late, but like the next symptom after, hey, I got a lump on my nut, normally is groin pain. Oh my God. Terrible. Like super bad groin pain, like just uncomfortable standing there. Well, I'm already here. I'm at the lake. I'm an hour from home, not that far, but hour from home, camping out, drinking beers, doing normal guy shit. Wake up next morning, it's obviously still throbbing. So I'll fish the whole tournament. As I'm out there that morning, I got a handful of good old 800 milligram ibuprofen from Friend. So I have those with me. Oh, I've chewed them like
gobble them up.
While I'm out there fishing, like it's the furthest thing in the back of my mind. It didn't really bother me. Whatever. Get off the water. All the adrenaline, not adrenaline, but just the day of fishing and stuff's off and kind of settling down. So that pain's creeping in. That's hurting to the point where I called the doctor and she's like, well, you have two options. You can just wait it out till Monday, or you can go to the ER and then they'll refer you in and then we'll do the surgery tomorrow, but you don't get the fake nut. And by the next morning, like it wasn't that bad the next morning. So I just rolled with it. I mean, that one day wasn't going to make a difference.
Did she say you don't get the fake nut, or was she more bedside manner?
I mean, she didn't use the word nut. She's like, we can't put the prosthesis in.
Oh, no. I wanted the story to be like, she said, look, dumbass, you can't get a fake nut if you wait till Monday. Like that's the doctor I want. Actually, I don't want that doctor ever. But anyway, You get the point.
You don't.
Right.
So Monday morning comes, go in, do the surgery. I mean, everything goes well. I'm still there trying to figure out how I sneak out of that fucking place and not have to do any of this, obviously. But I go through with it, clearly. Go back, and it's like I just fell asleep, woke up, and then that's all gone. Fighting with the nurse because I just wanted 30 more minutes of sleep, and they wouldn't leave me alone. My oxygen level's down. They keep telling me to breathe, and it's pissing me off. And then, like 30 minutes after, I'm cussing out the nurses and stuff. And
were you drugged up, or were you just pissy?
They gave me some feel good drug before, like 20 minutes before I actually went back into surgery. So they kicked in like as I was going back there. I was like, pretty sure y'all gave me LSD. I've never done LSD, but I'm pretty sure if I was ever on LSD, this is what it would be like.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, little side note. Anybody that wants to join the Air Force, listen, they gave you LSD, guys, what we just heard. Official statement from Anthony.
It was civilian doctors downtown.
Yeah, they call it Motrin, but it was LSD. Hey, Anthony, real quick, how old are you?
I am 32. We'll get into this part later.
32 years old, y'all. This ain't no 65-year-old man, talking about a young, healthy, active, skinny, strapping young man, not so like my fat ass 40-year-old self.
So testicular cancer is the young man's disease. The average age, or the age range of getting testicular cancer is 18 to 35 years old. So there is 2 types of testicular cancer, and there's 4 subtypes of the particular type I have. So you have Simoneous and non-Simoneous testicular cancers. Simoneous testicular cancers, they affect older people. That's your
call it ball. Just call it ball. So this is easier.
Simoneous ball cancer.
There you go.
Simoneous ball cancer is a slower growing type of cancer, and they actually, if you catch it early, they actually don't have to take a testicle. They can radiate it because it grows so slowly that they can actually do radiation and save your testicle. you're bald. You're not.
Yeah.
But for the majority of people, the 18 to 35 range, you have non-Femonist cancer, which there's 4 subtypes of that, and I have a mixed type of 3 of the 4, which is not uncommon. This is the most common deal as ball cancer goes. So yeah,
that's good. That means that's the one they probably know the most about.
I mean, there's a set guideline for this. Like, doesn't matter what oncologists you go to, they're all using the exact same thing. It's pretty set in stone. So if you're stage 1, you have a 99% survival rating, and that's the test. Their cancer hasn't left your testicle yet, like in no way, shape, or form has left your testicle. 99% survival rating. Normally, that's they take the ball out and you're done, and you're just monitored for the next 2 years, or they take the ball out and give you 1 round of chemo for shits and giggles just to make sure if anything got out, you're good. Mm-hmm. There's three parts to that stage 1. I mean, this ain't a medical show, so we're not going to get all into that.
Sure.
Blood levels and all that kind of shit.
What are you trying to say? Are we not smart enough to be medical professionals?
All right.
I am married to a physical therapist. I know.
Stage 1 alpha is it's limited to your testicle. Your tumor markers go back to normal pretty much right away, like as they're supposed to, as the half-lives disintegrate, and that's it. Stage 1B, which was what I was at one point. Stage 1B it was limited to your testicle, but you have what's called lymph-vascular intrusion. So the blood veins that go to your lymph nodes show tumor markers in them, not necessarily tumors, which is what I had. They won't know that until they biopsy, and that's what they found. And then stage 1S, why it goes from B to S, I don't know. Stage 1S is you have lymph-vascular intrusion, and your blood tumor markers, at least one of them doesn't come back normal, which is what ended up happening in my case.
It goes from B to S because B is bad, and then it goes from B to S is shitty. This is bad, and now it's shitty.
All right. And then
so it goes awful, bad, shitty?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Awful, bad, and shitty. And then it goes into stage 2. Stage 2, it has left your testicles and made it into your lymph nodes, which is where I'm at now. I'm at stage 2B because it is in more than 3 of my lymph nodes. It's not actual. Well, they don't know because you can't. Lymph nodes are too small. You actually be able to see them on PET scan, but it may not be actual cancer tumors have formed, but there is cancer cells in several of my lymph nodes, which is where I'm at now.
So is that like a lymphoma?
Huh?
Is that at a lymphoma stage now? Because I know. Okay.
So testicular cancer doesn't like to live outside of your testicles. So the chances of tumors forming is pretty low.
Okay.
Because they die when they leave the testicle. So whether or not these form in tumors, they might be tumors now. I don't know. They don't know. The only way they know is if they did a lymph node disectomy, which I don't want to happen because those 2 particular lymph nodes that are down there happen to be wrapped around all of the nerves that go to your penis, and they had to kind of clip one of those. That shit don't work no more. So I'm trying to avoid that one if possible. And the doctor took that off the table right away, which the first thing I told him when we got in the office, I was like, yeah, we're not doing that. He's like, yeah, I don't want it. So we're in the chemo stages now.
Okay. So how do they all right, so you're in the chemo stages. They're not sure they're in the lymph nodes, but there's potential there. How do they test it?
Lit up like a Christmas tree with the PET scan. So they shoot you up full of radioactive sugar, and everything in your body that uses sugar lights up like a Christmas tree. So your brains, part of your lungs, your liver, some other shit, they all light up like Christmas tree because they use sugar. Cancer cells also use sugar. So that's how they find that you have cancer cells in parts of your body. Yep. So I didn't know how many actually lit up until I saw the oncologist today, and he actually showed me the PET scan, and there was 5 of them, and actually a 6th And the sixth one is on my descending aorta, but he's not worried about that one apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's probably nothing. But it's like, because it's a part of the same chain of lymph nodes. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily bad. Obviously it's bad, but it's not a bad thing because it hasn't actually left the same branch of nodes. They're all part of my same periaortic lymph nodes. So he's not worried about it.
When do you start your chemo?
I start chemo tomorrow. Hence why this is the last day I get to drink for 3 months.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
So how many rounds of chemo are you getting?
So I get 4 rounds of chemo. It's 1 week on, 2 weeks off, 5 days a week for 4 hours a day. And then the Saturday after the last day of chemo on round, I have to go in. This is something I learned today too. It made me feel all nice and warm feeling. So apparently one of the types of chemo drugs they give me has a slight 1 in 300 chance of giving you leukemia.
No.
Yeah. Which is actually, that chance is less than the chance of any male ever getting testicular cancer. It's 1 in 250.
Yeah.
Didn't know that factoid. But the doctor was like, in my 30 years of doing this, I've never seen it once.
Okay. Oh, wait. That means it's due. Oh, it's a month ago. Well, no. If it popped a month ago, then
you're good.
You knocked one out.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
But so every Saturday after that round of chemo, I have to go in to get a shot that helps me from getting leukemia, which also coincidentally makes, apparently, because it's to build your bone marrow up in your bones to help fight off getting leukemia. Apparently that makes your bones hurt like a motherfucker for a couple days.
God damn.
No, hold on. There's remedy to it, and it sounds weird apparently. Apparently you take Claritin, it doesn't make it hurt as bad.
Claritin. Huh. I mean, with all this going on, it's all right. I'm not gonna lie. Everything that you said so far, it's fucking super scary, bro.
I mean,
like how is everything at home? Like, it's like, real talk. Like, it's fucking scary, dude. That's this is a lot. As somebody who's like a caregiver, you're a first responder in the military, in a medical field. Like, you're a firefighter, which usually has a lot of EMT associated with it, right? Like, but now you're the patient. Like, I mean, how are you?
I'm good. We're gonna get into that part. Let me get to the rest of the story
right
now.
Okay.
All right. So we're taking the testicle out. It's gone. Cool. Fight with the nurses. Apologize to them because I was being an asshole because I was really high.
Right.
Sweet. Leave the hospital. Get home. Not supposed to lift anything over 10 pounds for the next until the 23rd day.
Except so you're a firefighter in the military, and you're at home probably reorganizing the garage, and
you can't see it. But that is exactly what has happened in the last 2 weeks since the surgery. Anyways, I thought they were all full of shit. It was like, 10 pounds. Yeah, whatever. I didn't actually do anything that first day because I just had surgery, but whatever. The next day, I pick up my son who weighs all of 25 pounds. Stupid fucking mistake. Oh, my God. That hurts so bad. I mean, I could see the first week telling you not to lift. Like, I'm fine now. Like, I'm not supposed to do this. I threw the kayak in the back of the truck last Friday, went fishing.
Look, motherfucker, listen to what the doctors say. They ain't saying that shit because they hate you and don't want you to have fun. Golly, man, you gonna fuck something up and be back in there.
Like, from surgery complication wise, like, I'm not 100%. I'd say 95%. My major problem now is every time I stand up, all that shit's gotta get stretched back out, so it hurts for like 2 seconds. Other than that, go further on. See the oncologist for the first time. He's like, it's more than, he pulls up the CT scan. It's probably more than likely in your lymph nodes. I was like, no, fuck you. It's not. We're not doing this. We got it all. He's like, all right, here we go. Make a deal. We'll do your blood draw. He's going to do them anyways, but we'll do your blood draws again to see if your levels are returning back to normal. I calculated what my levels were, plus the 5 days in between the tumor actually getting taken out, whatever. It took the half-lives, knew what the levels should be. And when we discussed what we were hoping to see the levels at when the results came in. Get those drawn that Monday. My AFP comes back that same day. He wanted it under 150. It's at 141. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Got that glimmer of hope just sitting up there. We're done with this. It's done. So it takes a couple days for the HCG to come back, and then it's elevated. And I thought it was really elevated, but HCG takes 24 to 36 hours of a half-life to come out. So in the 7 days since then, I was just actually eensy-beensy tiny above normal or trending to normal. So I was like, all right, I still might be good. And then Friday was the PET scan. I know the radiologist. So I got that shit within hours. And that pretty much, it's like someone took a damn hot knife and just fucking stabbed me in the chest, ripped me down everywhere.
It's like they kicked you in your non-titanium butt.
Yes. Like, I wish my AFP would have came back high and not given me hope at all. Because it's like we started back from square one emotionally. Like, it just ripped me a new one. And what did I do? Same shit I always do. Internalize that shit down, choked it down. Tried to deal with it out there by myself so I could deal with it in here with everybody else. So tried to get it out by myself because I can't. I'm the man's man guy. I can't cry in front of anybody type of shit. Somebody else starts crying, I go into protective mode. So I had to get it out so I didn't just choke it down, which pissed my wife off to no end kind of thing, which is we're getting into the good parts of the story that you'll need to hear now. So do the normal thing, get it out, get it done. I'm better the next day. I'm over it. 17 stages of grief or 7 stages of denial through it within a day, back to normal. Gets us to our nice little conversation on Saturday there, Alex. So we go through that, and that helped. You don't even know how much I needed that conversation. A lot of alcohol was involved. A lot. If you don't want to see the full 3 hours, you can skip the first 30 minutes because it's just me and Scuba just catching up, waiting on people to join. So skip the first 30 minutes.
Because nobody wants to listen to that asshole talk.
And then me and Scuba get real for a minute, and then Alex hops on the thing, and I was like, fuck yeah, Alex is coming in. Get Alex in. And then the next hour and a half has zero to do with cancer or anything productive in life. But it's one of the most hilarious crap you're ever going to listen to in your life.
Listen, I stand by those two things I was really strong about.
Mike Iaconelli.
I didn't say that, but yep. We can't mention his name. It's like Voldemort. We can't mention it.
Dude, if Alec, hold on. If this short ass motherfucker was talking shit about Ike again, I swear when I meet Alex, the first thing I'm gonna do is slap him across the face, and then I'm gonna hug his short little ass. You know that bitch ain't but like 5'2", right?
Listen,
we actually on that podcast or on that live stream like 4 times.
Quit talking shit about Ike. Quit talking shit about Ike. You're just jealous.
I got off easy. You know who took the most of the abuse was Wild Bill and his stupid fucking running around his neighborhood Instagram stories. I lit into that. And I woke up the next day going like, man, that was a really good conversation. And then like, man, I should talk to Bill because I really shit on him. And then I never did. Fuck it.
See, this is why Hooks at Hoodlums won't sponsor us, because you have shit on Wild Bill so much. They're like, why would we sponsor them? They put our shit up here for free every time because Alex is an asshole to Bill.
Another first, and you don't know about this, but this episode is actually sponsored by Ken. It's sponsored by Ken because I shit all over Wild Bill for catching that fat fish and taking the belt back. So we're not sponsored by Hooks at Hoodlums, just by Underwater War Robberies. All right, so you had we had our fucking
still the live stream.
Yeah.
You definitely want to watch that hour and a half of bullshit because it was hilarious. And then about I think it was the 27 minute left mark is when we got into. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
We watched the first one because I choose the one, and it's not scary.
Okay.
The other one was.
Close the door.
I love it.
Look, this is Bass and Brews. When your kids are welcome to crash the party.
Listen,
so,
fathers here.
27-minute mark is when we got real. And then most of what I'm talking tonight came out in a public forum for the first time. That was pretty much the first time I've publicly, other than one post I made on Instagram right after the surgery, talked about everything that's actually happened. So definitely, if you want a little bit more of a way more hilarious, way more vulgar, and way more X-rated version of what I'm telling you now, hit me up on Instagram, RigginUp Outdoors, and check out that video. It's the only one that's 17 hours long. You can't miss it. So the live stream ends, and then I have the wife watch that particular part because I'm drunk at this point, and when I get drunk, filters are gone, and this is probably one of the best things that actually happened. So I show her the live, and that's a lot of that stuff that's in the live is stuff I've never once ever told her. Yeah. Some of the shit I didn't even realize I said. It's just me pouring out some stuff that I've been holding on to, and it's some stuff she hadn't heard and stuff I felt when I was drunk that she needed to hear. And so we have a conversation about that, and at that point I had an epiphany that us as men, yeah, we feel like we need to shut down and internalize shit, and there's a time and place for that. And I mean, you're in the military, Alex, and you've probably had the same training that there's a time and place for that, and there's a time and place for getting the shit out there. And the time and place for internalizing, getting over and going, that's combat. That's your fast action. Yep. You're on the scene of an emergency type shit, not something like this. So my main message for any men out there listening that may end up going through this, there's two main messages. One, check yourself regularly. Find something. Don't be stupid like me and wait 3 weeks. I probably had this for months and never noticed it. Would that 3 weeks have mattered? Probably not. But now I have to live with the fact that 3 weeks may have been the difference between me getting my testicle removed and being done, and me now having to go through 3 months of chemo. Missing a fishing tournament, which obviously isn't the biggest fucking thing in the world, even though I'm fourth in angular ear points right now, and I don't want to lose that thing.
That's pretty fucking big to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I think what you hit on is really
one tournament. Because
I saw that in the chat.
Yeah, like the two other tournaments I'll have while I'm going through this. Both of them are the weekend of right before I start the next cycle. So at that point, I'll be like normal kind of feeling and shit. So
what was the second thing? So the first thing was check yourself.
Yeah,
what was
first
the second
thing, check yourself. Don't be stupid. Go to the doctor. Second thing is, it's not a bad thing for men to wear their emotions on their sleeves, guys. It's especially to your family, to your wife. Don't be out there just holding that stuff in. It's not needed. I hate when I still do it now, even after after Saturday we had that big. It wasn't an argument. It was kind of an argument for a little bit, and then shit flooded through, and we had conversations that
shit.
We've been married for 13 years, and we had conversations we never had, and realizations happened. But
yeah, look, you got to use this right now. Every time she gets mad at you, you'll have her.
I do.
I'm the one with cancer.
I do it all the time.
I'm the one with the fake ball.
I've thrown that out so many times. How do you think I got a new kayak, Paul?
He's doing it the right way.
Canoe gave it to me for $1,000 off because the old one's got cracks and shit in it, but different story.
See, that's the one that the wife and the kids get to take too. Is the one with the cracks that they gotta bail out so you can go do your own shit.
They're on the deck. They're not going to be out in the 40-mile-an-hour winds fishing a tournament like I am, so they ain't got to worry about it. And I've mostly kind of fixed them. Anyways, so guys, you can wear your fucking emotions on your sleeve. Don't shut down your significant other, your family. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
I think we have to remember, especially as like the protectors and all the military guys that listen, like you put it there, and I know we talked on Saturday, like we compartmentalize, we hold shit in, right? But something like this is, sometimes it's cliche.
You can't take this shit yourself. I don't care who you are, the biggest badass motherfucker. If I was going to get cancer, this is the one to get. Right? Yeah. It's the most curable. Right now, I'm sitting at a 96% chance of this being. I get done with this chemo, it's fucking over. It's done, over with.
Yeah,
it's never coming back. Cured. Ringing that bell. That shit's going to be on Instagram. God willing.
Hell yeah. But it's still scary as fuck.
It's not something you can't deal with this shit. You think you can until you can't, and you won't know it until you're there.
Here's my thing. It's majority of men are in this little bucket, but it's not just men. It's women too. This compartmentalization, because we have women in the military, and they have that same training, that same mentality of not of being the one that always people come to for help. So they're the ones that are always we don't know how to ask for help. We don't know how to express that emotion, and it's not easy to say you got to express that emotion. You can't do it by yourself. You have to have, and it might not be family. It might not be friends that you see in person. You have to have a somebody, and this is where we are in the world today. And I take this from This Happened to You. The Hooks at Hoodlum chat is a bunch of craziness and wildness, but it's also a place where we can come in there and share some personal stuff that people can either help with, or more than anything, they can just they're listening. All right, man, we got your back. Let us know if you need help. And a lot of times, a lot of times they're not giving you help. It's just that, hey, man, I get it, I understand it. Holler at me if you need anything. That I think that whatever that group or person is that allows you to open up, that's the initial way. That's how you get, I would say, the bravery to then open up to family, to the other people.
You don't even know, because there was no way in hell I was ever doing what I'm doing right now when this started. Zero. I didn't want it to, because I don't know y'all's status on this, but I'm a believer in God. I go to church. I have a small group. I didn't want to tell them when this first came out. I was like, no, we're not doing that, because at the very, very first of this, we didn't know. I knew, but we didn't know. No, like it wasn't an actual 100% cut and dry, you got cancer type of thing. So I didn't want to do that, but we did. And then, like, y'all, you don't even know how much y'all Hookset has helped me mentally through this. And even Paul, the night you called drunk as shit, when I was drunk as shit the night before surgery, that meant so much to me.
Wow.
You don't even know.
But that's the thing, is we have to find that outlet, whatever it is that opens the door for the flood waters to come out. Right? Shit comes over. You think of a dam. Think of flood waters coming in. It's going over the dam. At some point,
gonna fucking break, man.
Right. At some point, you've got to be able to open the floodgates to let all that water through, to let those people in, to do all this. And the sad part is that a lot of people never find that. They don't have it. They never find it. They don't have that support group. They don't have that friend group to reach out to just say, hey, man, we're here for you. And when somebody says that, if your friend's ever going through something bad, it's like, hey, man, I got you. You need anything, you let me know. And if that friend comes to you and they fucking need something, you better be willing and you better be ready to act.
Damn.
Now, I mean, emotionally, monetary, like there's all kinds of different ways you can act. But depending on the situation and depending on what you know about their situation, if you tell them, hey, man, if you need anything, I'm here, and they come to you, you better be ready to act because you've opened that door for them to walk through. And if you don't act, a lot of times that's what happens. They go to those one or two people that open that door and they shut it for whatever reason. That makes them shut up even more, and that's when people get in trouble.
This is what I was about to say. So going back to your dam analogy, you can only hold on to this shit so long before it builds up and that dam breaks. And if you ain't got nowhere to vent that shit to, a lot of times, and we know it in the military.
Yeah.
22
it's destructive. Yeah. It's
that's where it leads.
I'm gonna tell you what, man. After Saturday's conversation, not only did I wake up on Sunday, one with a giant headache, hangover because we drank a lot.
I don't get hungover. Oh,
yeah, I did.
Oh, it was
bad. So we've never met each other.
No.
We're both Hookset members, and I think we've only had a couple conversations, just because I think you joined when I was deployed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, you know what I mean? It was a weird thing, but you being able to open up so much on that live stream, like, I mean, I told you as soon as we got off, like, I want you on the show. You got to tell your story. But, like, you moved me, and it was like I met a brother in arms, right? But we've never met each other. We met over this stupid fucking internet thing, right? But that I could be there. I could help, like, and just listen. I think that's a big thing, too. Like, if you're going to be, like Paul said, like, be ready, right? But some of that's just fucking listening. Like, be there, listening, ready to take that on. And I was... Dude, it was a big fucking deal. I don't know. Sunday, I was just like, I can't believe you let all that out. That's awesome. Like, and it's going to be good for you, right? It took me a long time.
I let out shit that I've never.
Yeah.
I've been married to my wife for 13 years, and I let out shit that I've never even told her.
Sorry, Mrs. Riggin Up Outdoors. You like to know better.
So there's more to the story.
Oh.
So then that Sunday. I've always believed in God, and that Sunday at church, I broke.
Good.
Like, I broke. It's like the sermon was, it was at me that whole time. I broke. Just realizing all the things I've done bad, wrong, indifferent in my life, and I broke. It's like the floodgates broke. I couldn't hold it no more. And it's probably me getting cancer might be one of the greatest things that, God willing, is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me. Hopefully.
I don't think the floodgates broke. I think what you did is you opened them up.
Yeah, I opened them. They didn't break.
You allowed everything to come through and to level off, and that's put you at a place that now, you mentally and physically you can start to heal.
Yeah, that's.
I think the big thing.
100%
to take it in would be like, not only is it a place. So yeah, I do think the dam broke, right? The dam broke, but it showed that, like, you can be strong in your weakness. Yeah. You can be strong in having to lean on someone else, whether it be your wife or your church or your like, it's okay to do those things, right? It's okay. And I think a lot of us are built up that we have to be hard all the time. We don't. It's okay to be vulnerable in some situations. Like, if you're vulnerable, like Wild Bill running around his neighborhood with a Tweety bird tattoo, you're full of shit, right? But, like, it's okay to be vulnerable sometimes. It's okay to show that emotion. It's okay to put down the facade of hardness.
Yes, 1,000,000%. I would have never agreed with you ever in my life until Saturday.
Yeah.
Until that whole 3 hours of this complete other hilarious bullshit that led to 27 minutes of the realest stuff you're ever gonna see/hear on the internet. And it's not gonna say that it saved me, but it saved me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't. It was some of the best things that needed to happen, for sure.
Anthony,
I'm just stoked I could be there, man. Fuck me, man. I don't even know how to take that. That's like, for me personally, that's
I don't know if it was mostly the alcohol that led to any of that, but it definitely probably had something to do with it. But it was 100% y'all.
well, the greatest thing about 2022, the year of our Lord, is that if you put some shit out on the internet, it happened, and it continues to happen. It's not like back in the day when it disappeared.
I need to figure out how to pull that video off the internet because it doesn't need to be there. I want to take the last 27 minutes of it and put it back up, but there's some stuff in there that doesn't need to be on the internet.
Get with Ramon Outdoors. Ramon will figure it out. Ramon is our go-to. Anything doesn't work right or we can't figure it out, Ramon's our go-to for that. Anthony, the story you told, there's a lot to it. I mean, this could be an 8-part series. Yeah, it could be an 8-part series for what we've gone.
I mean,
it
better not be an 8-part series on what, because I'm talking about the series today with the prelude of. I'm actually probably at. I'm sure we're gonna have a good after hours time, so probably not tonight. After I get done with my first round of chemo tomorrow, I'm going to do the first part of the series, which is mostly explaining about probably half of what we talked about tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony, are you doing that on just TikTok?
It's on TikTok, so that's
TikTok.
Okay.
That's going to be a kind of an issue. So it might be broken up on TikTok. On my Instagram, it'll be a full however long it takes me to get it out type of thing. Plus, I'll make a reel because no one watches freaking videos on Instagram. But if I put it in 60 seconds, I'll get 2,000 on that. And hopefully of that 2,000 views, 100 people check out the full video. And of that 100 people, I reach one person.
Listen, I'll work with you, and I don't want to exploit because we're not. I want to make sure your message is told. You got to do it on YouTube also. Do you have a YouTube channel? If not, we can get you one because I think these are. Again, I don't want it was really when you put it on your post today on Instagram, right? You were like, I don't give a shit whether you follow me or whether you like this. I just want you to get something from it, right? Like, that's, I think, the important thing. I think, again, why you're here is not just this, right? But you have a very important story to tell on this, and this could happen to any of us. And I think you got to spread that thing.
Yeah.
Spread that thing. I want to patent pen that. Widespread spread.
We'll put it on shirt.
Look, the reason you're here is for Bass and Brews to get some listeners and subscribers. So this is Anthony. Where does fishing, hunting, outdoors? Because the folks that I know that have gone through chemo, obviously there's some physical limitations that are potentially come about and all this and that. Where do you? I'm sure you have in your mind because you're going through fishing season with that. Ain't nothing in hunting season right now. So where do you think that fits in and how you cope with this and how you try to repair mentally and physically?
So April has been historically over the last few years a shit month for me, really. Because last year I tore all the ligaments in this wrist. Kind of see that.
You can't catch a break in April.
And had surgery in April. Last year,
was that in the shower too?
yes. Thanks for that, Paul. That was at work. I haven't heard that joke 900 times.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
So
Hey, I'm good for a joke that ain't
Surgery.
nobody ever heard before.
Yeah, I heard.
I'm just
surgery.
annotating the time because that's going to be a reel right there where you got hurt in the shower twice.
So I had surgery last April for that.
What I would say is this: it sounds like we don't need to shower.
Sounds like you need baths. You need baths, Anthony.
No. Look. Just get you one of them deodorant rock things and just spread it all over, man. Showering's overrated anyway. Go ahead, though.
All right.
Go
this
roll
year,
it,
honestly, I had the nut removed, which really put me down less time than this because I kind of need this to reel instead of hooking shit.
That's right.
After a week after my nut surgery, I was good to go. So April's been a bad month the last 2 years as far as that goes. But fishing wise, like I went out Friday when I wasn't supposed to. I was going to go out with my buddy in his boat, but that fell through, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm still going fishing." So I took it out, and I've never missed. So I don't know what was going on, but I've never missed so many. Like I missed 12 fish that day. It was retarded. They were short striking or just biting the tail on my worm or whatever. I ended up catching one and 5. I got in a mess of white bass and whole giant school. I could have said in that school of white bass and caught 700 in them, but wasn't what I was there.
You should have. Get you an ultralight. Get you an ultralight and just fucking bang them out.
Like
I would be like Alex, bang him out with his ultralight.
I was throwing I would cast out a little swim bait out there, and it like the entire way back, it would get hit 300 times by these little ass sand bass. So I eventually threw a crankbait on, and they'd catch hooks every so often. First one I caught was actually pretty decent size. None of this is important. Anyways, went fishing Friday, helped clear my mind. And it did. I ended up catching one. I missed like 17,000 fish, actually. I only missed like 12. Hooked up like a 30-pound gar. That was fun for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that was good. I mean, fishing wise, even when the doctor first suggested chemo, that hey, it's probably in your lymph nodes, you're going to be getting chemo. Obviously, the first thing I said was like, I can't do that. I got 5 more tournaments to go this year. I'm in 4th place right now, Angler of the Year, like out of 100 and something people. Like, I'm on to something right now. It's not a good time here, Doc. So he's like, don't worry, we'll plan this around your chemo. He said that to me.
I love it.
Props to Doc. Props to Doc.
Kind of. So originally we weren't going to start until next week, but he's like, we really need to get this going. So I'm getting 5 days of chemo in a 4 days time span. So I'm starting tomorrow on a Tuesday.
So you can fish next weekend.
No, I wish. So I am going to do that, but fishing. So ends up I have to miss the next tournament because it's going to be a chemo week. So that Saturday morning I have to go in to get the shot that keeps you getting leukemia. So I'm not going to be able to do that one. So if we would have missed a week, like starting next week, I'd have been able to make that tournament, but I'd be in the same situation next tournament or the tournament after. Either way, I was going to have to miss one. So missing this one, this schedule probably works out better because the next, like I said before, falls on the weekend before I start the next round of chemo. So I'll be feeling pretty much 100% during this
Anthony, what's the name of the trail you fish for?
So it's the West Texas Kayak Association Trail. In Texas,
listen, all you assholes, if you guys fish the tournaments he's missing while he's doing chemo, you guys are dirtbags. You should just not fish at all. Blanket all the way across. Like, come on, taking fucking chemo. Come on.
Out of our 15 viewers, I think one's going to be on there. So for that trail, though, in Texas, there are 7 Trails. That is a Texas. This is a part of a bigger kind of, I don't want to say organization because it's not, but it's a part of a bigger organization. So there's 7 different regional trails out of that. And at the end of the year, in October-ish timeframe, we have the Lone Star Throwdown that you have to do so well in your trail and stuff to make that. And I made it last year, fished shitty during the actual Lone Star Throwdown. I don't want to talk about that. Screw Lake Belton for any viewers out there that are in the Waco area. Fuck that place. That place is garbage.
I'm just saying, if these kids go at you hard, why are going through chemo? I don't know how they can sleep at night.
So our angular year
give them the belt now, boys.
Is your best 5 out of 7 tournaments. So I'm going to be able to make 6 out of those 7. So far, I mean, the last tournament I fished, I didn't do so hot, but I just got to make top 20 to make our West Texas Classic. And I'm in 4th right now. I got 20th in the last tournament. I missed some fish that I shouldn't have. One was, I don't know how big it was, but it was probably pushing 7-8 pounds. Like it's nothing I ever felt on a rod before. I was floating back. My spot lock hadn't caught yet. I was ending up in a bush. I looked forward. My line's 15 foot sideways. I kind of reel down on it, but don't ever set the hook. And it's just like yank and drag off. Like I'm on an extra heavy rod because I broke my short kayak heavy, which is like, it's actually this rod right here. So this is a medium heavy rod that I broke last year during that Lone Star Throwdown, which it's a sponsored rod. So they sent me a new one, but I only broke the tip off this. So I cut it down and made like 6'5" little rod that ended up being like an extra heavy rod. Ended up fucking re-breaking it again. It was 40 mile an hour winds that day. It's not the rod's fault. The rod's not supposed to be designed to bend that far down the rod. Whatever. If you caught the thing, if you caught the label on it, don't get it all. Oh, I don't want that shit. It's a good rod. Anyways, broke that. So I went to my frog rod for flipping, and it's a 7.6 extra heavy rod. And there's a video that I ended up accidentally deleting off my GoPro, but I have a camera video of the video on my computer, and you just see the bend in this extra heavy rod. Like I picked up on the line and never set the hook because it already had me 15 foot sideways. I couldn't yank it out of its mouth, and it was nothing I've never felt before on the end of that rod. Kind of thing.
I honestly don't even think I have an extra heavy.
It could have been It could have been a 40-pound catfish for all I know. So you never know.
Yeah.
It was one of those things like it's still there in my mind. Like all I had to do was just swing for the damn fence. And I'm probably, it could have been a double digit for all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been a super strong 4-pounder that had me wrapped around 18 trees. I don't know. Or is it a 400-pound catfish? I don't know.
It's a fish story. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's a fish story.
It could have been a 2-pounder that just fought like a behemoth. I don't know. But it was a fish I definitely needed that in a tournament.
But that's a great thing about fish stories is they are what you make it is. No, let me rephrase that. Fish stories, they is what you make it is.
Yeah.
So that's the great thing about a fish story. It is what you make it is.
Yeah. Who knows what it was? It probably wasn't massive. It might have been massive. I don't know.
You know what? That bitch was 11 pounds. That bitch was 11 pounds because what nobody else there to refute your story. That bitch was 11 pounds. I felt it. I saw it roll. I saw the scales. The scales on it made it look like a damn garfish. But I know it wasn't a gar because it was way too short and fat to be a gar. So it had to be 11 pounds.
It might have been a salmon.
If I'd have landed it, it was probably 14. But because it got off, it was 11.
It was a $700 fish if it was as big as I think it was.
Hey, don't worry. I lost a $680 fish earlier this year. In a fucking tornado hurricane bullshit come through. because I got excited netting it and ripped the fucking hook out of its mouth with the net.
Yeah.
Motherfucking dumbass bitch.
I would have been more pissed if I actually saw the thing for 100%. Like if I saw how.
Listen, it's probably only a pound and a half with a bunch of grass. It wasn't that big of a deal.
No,
Alex is just mad because the biggest fish he'll ever catch up in New Jersey is like 3.5 pounds. Like that's his double-digit fish.
I'm an ounce off of 7 pounds, bitch. Get out of here. Do you not see it? I won the trophy last year, motherfucker. 2021 Hooks at Hoodlums champ, bitch. What do you got?
Bitch, I got an 8.8.
When you were Hooks at Hoodlums, remember?
Yeah, this year, February, not that long ago. But we ain't going by length, we're going by length. But apparently, what's his name measured a 24-incher, but we ain't got no photographic evidence that I've seen.
Who measured a 24?
I think Josh, TX Angler.
Yeah. Down in Texas.
I believe him. The only thing is that 24-incher could have been 5 pounds because I've caught 5-pounders that are 18. 5-pounders.
You got to have some kind of proof.
I do not believe him, but you got to have a fucking picture.
I want to say I saw a picture of it.
I never saw a picture of the link.
But I want to say I saw a picture of it on a ruler.
Yeah, but
I don't think so.
It can't be no fucking tape measure out there over. Like, we got to have some kind of board. We ain't getting into that shit right now.
No, I think it's already locked in. Last week it got brought up. Like, who's holding it? Paul, you're still holding right now. You've got the trophy right now. And I want you to get it. I want 2 years in a row, both the Bass and Brews hosts eat out all the other hooks.
I'm taking that shit, boys.
Well, yeah. I mean, them Texas boys, them bitches be catching 28 inchers. In the middle of the summer, and that bitch weighs 2.5 pounds.
Anthony, my man, you posted a picture of a 2-inch white bass today. You ain't taking nothing.
I did. Now I snagged that thing in the asshole with a crankbait.
Oh, let me tell you. So the first time I've been fishing in 3 weeks was Sunday morning, and I was fishing Sharon Harris. And the fucking cart get up on the banks and be doing dumb shit and run all the bass off. It's annoying. It pisses me off.
We have that problem in the river right now.
Not to mention, it was second day post frontal, bluebird skies, a little bit windy, but not fucking gale force winds like it's been. But regardless, I'm not having a good day. I got brand new damn $25 braid. I fucked up, just not having a good day. My Hobie drive is fucked up. Anyway, doesn't matter. It does matter. It shit.
Imagine that your Hobie drive's fucked up. Imagine that.
Hey, bitch.
Oh my God.
When's the last time you've been in your kayak?
It's been a while, but guess what? When I roll that thing, the Old Town drive's gonna work just fine.
Yeah, and then you're going to get some grass, and you're going to have to be pulling that shit up. You're gonna be paddling through grass. I'm pedaling away. Anyway, I get a bite, and I'm like, damn, this is a good bite. This is a good area. I'm not on the bank. I'm off on a drop-off where, potentially some bass should be. I get a bite. Hits it pretty hard. I'm like, hell yeah. So GoPro's recording, it's running. I'm like, this is a decent fish. It ain't huge, but it's running. Come up to the fucking boat, a fucking carp hit my crankbait like a monster. Huh?
In the mouth?
Dude, it ate the crankbait. It had all 6 hooks in its mouth.
My first tournament this year, I caught an 8-pound carp. I hooked it in the ass with a medium diving crankbait. I thought I was into a 12-pounder. During the tournament, I was like, this is it. This is a $600 fish. Let's go. Because I hadn't caught shit at this point during this tournament because it was the worst weather possible. I was like, let's go. This is a fish. Now, pull up.
I have ass hooked and top of the fin hooked. No, this motherfucker ate the crankbait. Like, it bit it like a bass. Bit it. All hooks in the mouth. I get it up in the boat. This bitch looks like a pre-spawn bass. It is fat. Like this carp ain't out there swimming in 6 foot of water eating grass where there ain't no grass. This bitch is out there chasing shad and other fish. It's eating fish.
It's a hybrid carp bat.
I swear to God, this bitch. Then my line broke because it's acting the fool all up in the kayak, and it almost hooks me. It hooks my pants. I'm like, I hope this motherfucker dies. And I grab it by the fucking throat and I show it to the camera. I was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I hope you fucking die. And I threw it back in the water. I should have stabbed that bitch in the damn gullet. Stupid motherfucker.
Give me 2 seconds, guys. I got to get my kids to go to sleep because it's 9 o'clock and they have school. But give me 2 seconds.
Damn, it only takes 2 seconds to put his kids to bed.
No, they're going to listen because it's not going to be child abuse, but they're going to get beat.
They're going to listen because I'm the one that has cancer. So you kids listen.
For the listeners, I know this has been kind of off of our normal Bass and Brews, and that's why I really wanted to do this episode today. I think it's again a really super important kind of.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Look, prostate cancer is another one.
Yeah.
So many men, especially, don't get their prostate checked at 40, 41, somewhere around there is when they say, matter of fact, I gotta fucking man up and go do mine at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And, some women bring up some good points. Men get all uppity about getting their prostate checked when women once a year, they have
They're
to
all
go.
up in there.
They go get invaded. I mean, like tools. We get a little finger up the butthole for a few seconds, and that's it. But anyway, prostate cancer is another one that is so treatable. Yeah. It's easy to detect. It's easy to detect early. It's treatable, and you can't. We had when we lived in South Carolina, we had somebody we knew that for a year was having issues and hid them until it was so bad that he couldn't hide them and was still trying to hide them. And he died of prostate cancer and should have never died. And so, you got to take care of your shit.
Specifically for all the first responders and military members, we want to protect the people around us. We can't protect them if we're not there. Specifically, if we're not taking care of ourselves physically and mentally. We can't be there for our loved ones. There's these things we got to do, whether it be, you're absolutely right, getting tested for everything that you should be, right? But then even just you don't always have to drill everything down and you know what I mean? You don't always have to be the fucking tough guy. Sometimes you can sit with your buddy, you can sit with whoever and let it out. It's okay. We don't need any more people losing their lives to
And cancer is mental stuff, is depression. I don't think it's always the tough guy. I think what you have when you have the people that are always the ones helping and always the ones people come to.
Yeah.
You have folks, you have people that don't know how to ask for help, or they don't know how to. It's not necessarily them being tough or hard-headed, and sometimes that is it. But a lot of times it's like, how do you ask for help? Everybody asked me to help to move because I had a truck and I could lift stuff. But when it came time for me to move shit, I figured out how to do it myself because I didn't want to bother somebody else or, they're busy. I made all these excuses why not to ask for help. I mean, it comes down to, there's the Hercules syndrome where, all that, but it comes down to being able to ask, and that's harder than not having somebody to ask because you probably have 10 handfuls of people you could ask, and they'd be there in a split second. You don't know how, and so you don't, or you don't feel comfortable. Whatever the mental block is that's coming about.
100%.
All right, I think. We were talking about this is definitely a different episode than we normally do on Bass and Brews, but I think it's totally necessary.
Yeah,
I think it's a great episode. But I don't want any episode to go away. I know it hasn't been our normal one, right?
Oh, we ain't done.
I'm still gonna let you do rapid fire.
It has been normal because we've talked fishing, We've talked some real life shit. We've talked some nonsense.
No, you're right.
We drank a
You're
lot
right.
of alcohol. So this is
You're right.
is fucking Bass and Brews, bitch. We ain't out here catering to no sponsors. We out here catering to all of our fans, our listeners, the people that give an hour and 15 minutes to 3 hours of their time.
You're right. You're right. All right.
I know I'm right. I ain't ever wrong. Ask my wife.
Anthony.
Shit.
Listen, there's going to be more talk. It'll be in the after hours one. But we're going to let you step up to the line, and we got some new questions on here, too.
New questions?
For our rapid fire.
Well, this is new to me, too.
It's fucking brand new to Paul.
I hope one of them is the new question that I asked that I wanted to add in there that you're like, I don't know about answering that question. That might be too sensitive.
Listen, are you ready? This is sunk many accounts. At least 2 of them. Are you ready for rapid fire? Pew, 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 pew.
Who's the second? It's the shotgun round, asshole.
Shotgun round? No, we didn't decide on that.
You're right. We didn't decide on it. You just told me before you left we're going to call it the shotgun round.
No, I said rapid fire.
No, you didn't. You said shotgun.
Listen, I want you guys to go. I want you guys to go on Instagram. I'm going to put a poll up when this releases. Do you guys want a shotgun round or rapid fire?
I mean,
look how disgusting
the last
Paul
Instagram
looks.
poll with Brewskis. I'm going to go shotgun round.
Brewskis. It's probably going to be all right. Guess what? Anthony, you're on the shotgun round.
One second. 1 second.
Paul, I don't ever remember calling it shotgun.
Bitch, you called it the shotgun round like 10 times.
I don't think I did. On which?
You
on
100%. You 100% called it.
All right, let's go shotgun round.
You guys find me.
You go back to listen to the first episode I did by myself, and you'll say, Alex said these are now the shotgun rounds because we called it something stupid before, too.
You decided that. Anyways, Texas or wacky?
We'll call this, hey, let's call this the virgin round because we're going to pop them off quick. Hey-oh!
Oh. Texas or wacky?
Texas or wacky Texas.
Yeah.
All right, slow jams or hype music?
Slow jams or what?
Hype music.
Hype music.
Hype music. Hype music.
Pineapple on pizza? Yes or no?
No.
In a 3-hour session, would you rather have 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder?
7.
7. Would you ever eat beaver?
Eat beaver?
No. Would you ever? What? Eat beaver? Eat beaver.
Type. He said type of beaver.
Well, there's only one type of beaver. The bitch it builds the dams in the ponds.
He didn't get the joke.
I don't think that's the one we're thinking of.
I got the joke. That's why the question's asked. But we talking about the real beaver now, not no female beaver.
Yes, I tried anything once. Doesn't matter the beaver. How hairy it is, don't matter.
Well, you want to skin it because you get hair in the meat. It don't taste good. Be getting stuck up in the back of your throat and stuff. You're like, it just don't go down. It don't go down as good.
I can't stand you right now, Paul. That was amazing. I can't. All right, I'm definitely a 12-year-old.
Well, I mean, you're as tall as a 10-year-old. So if you're 12, we're doing good. A little short.
Listen, this year, which Hookset Hoodlums founder will catch the biggest bass? What team are you on? Are you on Team Ken, Drew, or Bill?
It's going to be Bill only because he's caught the biggest ones. Going to get caught by them in the north this year because the 6 in the north is a 14 down here.
That's a terrible question. There's no way. Actually, Ken, I've got Ken on track to beat that. If me and
you just said it's a terrible question.
If one of them leave and go to Florida, California, or Texas, that could be a different story.
Them bitches ain't fish nowhere out.
Only because he's already done it.
Alex, you've been around a lot longer than I have, or Aunt Tony. But when the hell have any three of them fished? When the hell have any three of them fished anywhere besides their Connecticut, Massachusetts, wherever the fuck they live, lakes?
I mean, Bill.
No, yeah, they normally fish New England,
Disney or some shit. I don't know.
I mean, all that money they're making from all that apparel. I mean, shit. Bill just bought an $18,000 kayak, and his wife didn't even know about it. If that ain't being rich, I don't know what is.
All right, as Paul would say, Anthony, it's been great to have you on, brother. Again. Oh shit, I almost forgot the most important one.
I thought you added questions. You've asked you skipped like 18.
What did I miss?
I don't know. I don't have my list in front of me.
What's oh shit, I did miss some Crocs or flops.
Thank you. That's the most important fucking question I mind after this one.
Crocs on the boat, flops out on the everywhere else.
Yeah, no, you only get to choose one. Choose it.
Yep.
One.
You got to pick one.
Flops. Mostly because I don't wear Crocs. Well, actually, it's not true. I do wear Crocs around fucking off of Walmart because I'm on people Walmart page trying to get on there. With shit.
Do you have your cutoff jeans with the pockets hanging out the cutoff too? Yes. And a white tank top that you got.
But I used to wear Crocs in the Yak and in the old Bass Raider, but now I got some more comfortable. Actually, I wouldn't say they're more comfortable because they weren't even Crocs; they were Walmart brand bullshit. But I had some more comfortable boat shoes.
Look, man. Crocs are like condoms for the feet. They all rubber. So, they all fit the same and they all serve a purpose. So, the name brand on them is just how much you pay or don't pay.
Yeah.
I mean, the Crocs ain't keeping nothing from going in or
the
out.
The only reason I even have these Crocs, and honestly, if I'd have some four-wheel drive ones, because these don't have the little four-wheel drive feature in the back, I'd probably wear them on the boat and not about the other ones. But the only reason I have them is because we went to San Antonio with some family down there and floated the Frio. If y'all don't know the Frio, it's fucking 20 feet deep and you can see the whole fucking thing. It's the clearest water you're ever going to be in. And I didn't have any shoes to float that, and Walmart at the time didn't have any water shoes, and that's what they had, and that's what I bought. And I wear that shit everywhere. Sometimes when I want to be on people Walmart.
So you didn't get the Trojans, you got the ones in the gas station you had to turn the dial in.
It's the one right next to the horny goat weed.
Yeah. For her pleasure and yours.
The most important question out of the shotgun round is
the virgin round.
The virgin round, because we're popping them off quick.
No, we're shooting them off quick.
Shotgun rapid fire virgin round. Hold on. Go.
Y'all can tell I ain't
been
here.
No. You tell them. All right.
Go tell them now. Go to her.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Every fisherman loves eating sandwiches when they're in the boat.
Angler.
What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Top 3 sandwich proteins in the boat specifically?
Fishing. Yep. Don't in the boat, the bank, going fishing.
So mostly I don't eat when I'm out. It's like snacks like Cliff Bars and shit like that. But when I do.
But bitch, we popping the
okay, fuck. Chicken salad, turkey, and fucking pastrami.
What was the first one?
Chicken salad, turkey, and pastrami.
All right, thank you.
Chicken salad, turkey, and pastrami. It's great, dude. Even under pressure, you didn't pop off spinach or cheese. So I'm with you.
Hey, we get a shitload of pastrami.
We do. Pastrami's delicious, dude.
It is. Mm-hmm. But being down here,
you can't go wrong.
But I'm from the Carolinas. And so, like, pastrami is not something that we eat a lot here. I love pastrami. It's delicious. And every now and again, we get it. But, like, this isn't – pastrami is not one of these meats that we just get. Like, it's turkey, roast beef, salami. But pastrami, we get a fuck ton of people saying pastrami, and they're not even Yankees. They like real
Paul.
country people.
Paul, we got to figure out how to get you pastrami. Let's make a Bass and Brews sandwich that has
Bro,
pastrami and everything else, right?
I just
no,
told
I'll
you
send
I
you
eat
the
pastrami.
I know. We'll
We got
send it to
boar's
you.
head. All right.
Okay.
All right. You send me a pastrami sandwich.
Yes.
I will send you a liver mush sandwich.
Fuck off.
No.
I already had liverwurst.
Okay.
I already had it.
Not liverwurst, liver mush, whole different kind of liver. Since you've already had liverwurst, which ain't the same thing, I will send you souse meat, and we'll have a live sandwich eating contest. I'll have pastrami, you have souse meat.
I don't want that. I'd like. I'm giving you something delicious. You're giving me something gross.
Bitch, souse meat is fucking delicious.
Listen, Anthony. Before we get too far into this, is there anybody you'd like to speak to? Sponsors, anything else you'd like to shout out?
Let's get the sponsor stuff out of the way, and then we'll get back to
this man just pulled a piece of paper, pre-written piece of paper.
No, it wasn't paper. It wasn't paper.
It's okay. This man right here is probably making more money from sponsors than I am in my paycheck a year, and I own my own business.
Not even close, but. So, sponsor-wise, Kayak, they've been good to me. They put out some great hard baits. Some of the soft baits, I like some of the soft baits. The Jerky J Swim, shit's amazing right now, especially this time of year. Mimic Baits, this is a mom and pop shop. It's a father-son team out of Pennsylvania. Support local, man. Backbone of the United States. They come up, they do any kind of custom colors. I wanted them to make, I don't know if whoever, a lot of y'all probably follow Milliken Fishing on Facebook. Yep. So the Mud Belly Burst color that he's been using, I had them remake the Mud Belly Burst color in their Boss Hog and their Creature Bait for me specifically. And it's not spot on. The color-wise, it's that shit's spot. Color-wise, it is damn close. You're not going to get any better than that. So Mimic Baits, handpoured.com. You can find them on Facebook at Mimic Baits. They're not on Instagram because, he's not going to see this. Dude's old. His son's like young. He don't know technology. I told him he's going to Instagram. I told him I'd run it for him. He's a good guy. He's done me well as far as pro staff. Really, he's pretty much fully sponsored me at this point. I don't hardly pay for any of this shit anymore, but he's a good guy. Definitely hit them up. They got some good stuff. And there's my wife. Hookset Hoodlums. Hit them up. Use my code. Screw these two guys. RigginUp Outdoors. That's my code on Instagram. And I got a wiener dog.
Hey, look at that little wiener in your hand.
Oh, the little wiener.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Definitely hit them up. Ardent Reels. Never had a problem with them.
There's like a wiener dog on the board.
No, what did she say about your wiener?
Yes.
Try talking about sponsors, and she goes, "There's a little wiener between his legs."
Thanks a lot, babe. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're gonna be all over the 17 viewers of this show.
There's two of them.
Oh, I'm clipping
shit!
I'm clipping this for the TikToks.
Hey,
clipping it for everything.
Oh, that's
is one of them titanium?
Is one
of them? You said there's two of them. Is one titanium?
What, of the dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Just hit a little wiener between his legs. Hey, mark that. That's a marketing. Mark that.
What?
Minute like 155.
I got it. No, it's 159. I got it. Dude, I've been keeping a running tally. We got so much production out of this.
But she said that before 159, dumbass.
I hate you right now, Paul.
Somehow
Somehow you've been doing this for a couple months.
/ small business. Hit up Mimic Baits. They make some good stuff. If they ain't have the color you need, hit them up. They will make you literally whatever you want. Like, they did 2 runs of this for me. The first one wasn't White right. I mean, the yellow was right. The blue was a little wrong. It was a little too dark. Not enough flake. They sent this shit to me for free because it was already there. So, well, I mean,
That's good business.
anyways, from there anyways. But shit's legit. They can pretty much match anything you want. And they got a lot of good quality baits and styles. They're getting more every day. They're coming out with a new trailer here soon that they're going to send me. That it's pretty much the Rage twin tail crawl thing.
You gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
It's not the same, but it's very kind of similar in style. Got that double tail stuff that everybody likes. So hit them up, y'all.
Well, thank you, man, for coming on. One, I just want to say I appreciate you for coming on, telling your whole story tonight. It takes a lot. Not only are you my brother through Hookset, you're my brother in arms, and I think more than that now. I think we like I said, Saturday after that, I knew I needed to have you on here to tell your story because it needed to be told. And I really appreciate you for, and I know it's a lot to say that to folks, you know what I mean? To tell your story. So
damn it, Paul, you said my
check your balls.
I want 2 more minutes. So, because for the people that are going to listen to this on podcast forums and not watch this on YouTube, let me just rehash some of the stuff we talked about tonight. Check your balls.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I'm just going to kind of read off Paul's list. Check your balls, guys. Check them regularly. You feel something, don't be the manly man that you are, especially when it comes to this. If something's wrong, like you hurt your wrist, sure, your body's going to heal. You know your body. You find a lump, not even on your nuts, just find a lump somewhere. Go get that shit checked out because it's that one time that you don't. Trust me, I know. It's that one time you don't. It's going to be something that your body can't do it by itself. It honestly, if my balls never got to the point where they actually hurt and my groin started hurting, I'd be living with cancer right now and not even know. So don't be like me. Don't do what I did. Go get that stuff checked out. And then you don't have to bear this alone, guys. If you have a significant other, don't hold it in, guys. If you don't, find somebody. Hit me up. I am here. Hit me up, RigginUp Outdoors on Facebook or on Instagram. Now TikTok. Apparently going to be here soon on the YouTubes. If it's like legit stuff, hit me up on Facebook. It's Anthony Whitney on Facebook. Hit me up in the messages. It's going to throw it to my other section, but I'll see it. I will definitely 1,000,000% get back to you because no one should be living through this shit by themselves, guys. Don't be afraid to wear emotions on your sleeves. You can't hold this shit in forever. There's times combat wise, first responder wise, where you can hold this shit to yourself for a short time, but this ain't one of those. This ain't one of those guys. Just you have to get it out. You have to see your therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not going to make you less of a man. You don't have to live this by yourself.
I love it.
There you go, guys.
I love it, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Hey, it was a great time, guys. I'll do this anytime you want.
Oh, you got our outro?
If you want a cancer story part 2, and hopefully 3 months when I don't have cancer no more, let's fucking do it. That hopefully they're following my story and sharing this shit across the entire world because that was the whole point of the post I made today. Please do. I don't care if you follow, like,
I want you to come back on
my page. Do not give a shit, but share it and watch it. I don't care otherwise.
But I want you back on when you're done. I want you back on when you're done, and we're going to talk about the whole thing.
Hey, Alex, we're going to have him back on for this episode because you weren't recording.
Shut up. I've already looked.
That was so bad.
I will say before we cut out here, though, and I encourage you guys. So I know I told you this, Anthony, on your live stream. I'm going to hold steady. So there's a couple things that I really value.
There's one thing I meant to say tonight that I forgot. So one Saturday, Swamp Rat, Alex, You promised one thing. And I learned today
Yeah.
there are 2 inevitabilities with one of the cancer drugs that I'm getting. One of them does not make one shit to me because I was done with this in 2016. But if for any of the guys that are out there, sperm banking is an option. But one of the drugs they're giving me is almost a 99% chance going to make me infertile. Doesn't matter to me. I had a vasectomy in 2016 and I've lost a testicle. I was done a long time ago. State of Texas dropped a kid off of my house 2 years ago. I was done. I ended up with 3. I ended up with 4. That don't matter. But another inevitability and 100% going to happen is I'm going to lose my hair. She said,
I got you, brother.
Hands or butts about it. She ripped the Band-Aid off on this because I was like, I'm not going to be one of them. She ripped the Band-Aids off and she's like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And then one day you're going to wake up and your hair is going to be laying on your pillow and not on your head. So on Saturday, Swamp Rat and Steve and a whole bunch of people in the chat, and I 100%.
It's going, bro.
Y'all are going to. I'm not going to hold anybody else to this, but I am going to hold you to it, Alex.
Look at all this fucking hair.
I know,
dude,
bro.
It's gone.
The problem
Once
is
you start losing it, and you shave, dude. I'm gonna do it too.
I'm not shaving.
I've been a firm believer.
Once it comes out in clumps, I'll shave it, but I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold out. Maybe
you let me know.
I'm the 0.0001% that don't lose their hair, but.
Hey, does that mean your man beaver's going to be all
I don't know.
and everything too?
That actually, my wife said something about that today too.
Because I know, because woman, it don't matter. It don't matter, female
I don't think they
beaver,
lose
male beaver. Nobody likes female beaver with hair in their mouth.
The chemo, they attack short response cells, which your hair and some other stuff are short response cells, and that's what the chemo attacks.
Fuck it, bro. Fuck it, bro. I'll shave my head and my fucking bush too, bro. For you.
Look, if Wild Bill shaved all of his hair, that motherfucker will be powder to a T.
Listen, no shit.
Y'all remember the movie Powder?
I do.
Oh, it's like a penis.
Yeah, why Wild Bill be looking like powder with hair?
Anthony, you let me know though when you shave it. Because it starts coming out, I will shave it.
I'm gonna Instagram reel that shit. It's gonna be part of the story. So
yeah, listen, 100%, bro. I'm supporting you, and just so you know, like I literally shit on everybody. I might have gray hair, right? But I got it all. I love my big unauthorized.
Look at this shit, bro.
I've been in so long hair, right?
Luxurious. This. So when it comes back, she's like, it could come back the same. It could come back completely different. So I could come back with super like tight curl, African American hair. It's happened before.
Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
That would, right?
Well, I don't know if that's gonna happen for me, but what I'm saying for you, man, is I will shave this thing. We'll do it together, bro. I got you. I support you. I got your 6 all the way through on this.
Thanks, brother.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for coming out. And Anthony, hang out. Now we got the infamous green room. If you guys pay $100 a week on Patreon, you can
Know the brinks